What's going on, everyone? Happy December 4th. It's Swift coming to you from Houston, Texas, by way of Lake Village, and I'm drinking on nothing but water tonight because I'm sick. So it's a wrap for alcohol.
You got Rona?
Some of
Oh.
Hey, that's what happened when you start eating from the
Yo,
bottom, baby.
that's what actually what made me get better. Ugly ass boy.
hey man, this your boy T coming straight from the Izzy by way of law. I'm on that honey jack tonight. Good old faithful. Let's get to it. Fuck how it turn out.
What's going on, my peoples? It's your boy Rob coming to you from Tampa, Florida. Nice cold 70 something degrees here. Coming to you by way of Bolton, Mississippi. I'm not drinking on anything tonight. I was doing homework. So it is what it is. Let's get right to it.
What's going on, y'all? This is Jay Ward coming to you from Shreveport, Louisiana, originally from Lake Providence, Louisiana, not to be confused with Lake Village, Arkansas. Um, just want to give a shout out to the Alphas and their little social club on their Founders Day. Happy Founders Day to y'all.
Mute J Ward now.
Alpha?
Mute J Ward now. Kick him off the
Oh,
show.
what wrong?
Don't bring him back. He needs to be suspended right now, forever and ever. Yeah, good job, Swift. Anyway, normally I would have an introduction, but today I'm just ready to get into this topic.
Whoa.
What up? This your boy Crowley, man. No more need to be said. Let's go.
So y'all make sure y'all mind y'all man my mom on. So
What up?
Mama be home next
Hey,
week.
Mama Swift.
What
I
up?
ain't feeling good, but I'll be home
Hey.
next week. Probably Wednesday. But we will jump right into it, right? So I'm pretty sure everyone has seen the video. Everyone has an opinion about it. We're gonna jump right into it. And Jay Ward, you starting us off first. And I'm just gonna ask y'all a flat out question. How do y'all feel about the twerking at Truth Kitchen video? Jay Ward, I'm starting y'all off. What's y'all opinion about what he said? Do you think that we should tell black women all that they mix all that in there, right? So, Pat, I'm gonna fight Pat. I'm pull up on Pat. So, Jay Ward, what you think? You start us off. What you think about the twerking?
All right, man. Both parties were wrong. I'll address the person who was the least wrong. The people who were least wrong in this is the patrons that were there. If they were causing property damage, then stop them. They were causing any sort of property damage, remove them. Whatever you got to do. The person most wrong in this situation is the owner. And I'm gonna tell you why. For one, I would tell anybody that's been to that establishment, hey, go to where your money wanted and where your money's valued. Go where you can be unapologetically you, because that dude was not trying to stop them from twerking in his club. That's not what he was doing. He was doing a lot of stuff for Cap, and he was attacking women, in particular black women, and bragging on himself. That's what he was doing, trying to be on some sort of elite heel, like, oh, look, I made it, and I didn't do it by twerking. And one of the main things that I got from this is that we need to desexualize twerking. All right. Twerking is a
Shut
form
the
of dance.
fuck up. Hell no.
Hey, no. Don't interrupt me. Don't interrupt me, E.
Bro.
E, don't interrupt me, dog. Hey, you have to desexualize twerking. Just because a woman twerks, that does not mean that is a sexual act. That is a man or a person looking at it as a sexual act. And see, let me educate you on something, E. When Elvis first started wiggling his hips, it was too sexual. Was it not? They banned him and wouldn't even let him come perform. Him and Chuck Berry and all the people who first started to do that, they banned him and said you can't do that. Now we see somebody twirling their hips, we look at it as just like any other dance. All right. Another thing, woman can
is your
twerk.
leg considered your ass?
Back then, when people first started doing it, it was considered overly sexual.
I'm saying, since we're talking about physical anatomy, right? Is your leg considered your
What
ass? Do you
does
shit
that
out of
have
your
to
leg or do you
do
shit out of your
with the
ass?
price of tea in China? Just because somebody's shaking their ass, that don't mean they want you to come have sex with them. That's not what that means. It is a form of dance. It is a form of expression. And I hate for people, and then it's all rooted in trying to police a woman's body because this is derogatory for you to be shaking your ass. And that is a male perspective that is flawed. Also, think about this. There is a large amount of women and black women and any type of woman that wants to do it. They can twerk without it taking away from their education. They can twerk without it taking away from their intellect. They can twerk. Twerking does not devalue someone. All right. People do it because it's popular and they want to do it. He's the type of person that's probably saying Meg Thee Stallion needs to stop twerking. Or we need more Michelle Obamas and less Cardi B's. But our culture is broad. All right. It's not just relegated. It's broad. It's not just relegated to Michelle Obama and not anybody else. We can have India.Arie just like we can have Cardi B. Both people are valuable for our culture. Now, let me say this. The world is hard as shit. It's Corona. We got work. We got all this going on. If I'm coming to your establishment to decompress and let my hair down, I work hard all day. I'm intelligent all day. I have to make decisions and do all these types of things all day. And then I come into your establishment spending my money and you want to tell me what to do? Cool. But don't stop and give me some fucking dare speech because you on your high horse and you trying to talk to the whole club. If I was in that club, I would have got, or that restaurant, I'm sorry, I would have got up right then and say, hey, Chief, run me my ticket, man. Before you give them this speech, because that ain't got nothing to do with me. Before you give them that speech, run me my ticket so I can get the hell up out of here and go somewhere where I'm wanted. Because you gonna get your go, bro. In his mind, I'm almost done. No, I ain't capable. No, this is facts. In his mind, those are those type of black people. I ain't those type of black people that be twerking and sagging and all that type of stuff. He's no worse to me. He's no better than a Karen who's stereotyping somebody because they're doing something. That type of mentality right there gets us shot. That type of mentality right there keeps us from uplifting our young brothers because we look at them and say, oh, look at T. T got a hat on. He got a hat to the side. He got to be a gangster because his hat's to the side. Those are those type of black people right there that I cannot stand. Those are the type of black people right there that don't like for women to wear natural hair. Well, why they hair all over their head? It's those type of black people that keep us in bondage. That's just like someone coming to your school. That's like somebody coming to your school and saying, hey guys, don't do drugs because drugs are bad. You think you're being cool? Man, come on, man. In the middle of a everybody eating, you want to give us
how you go from natural hair to drugs that fast?
It's the same people. Those people are the people who feel like the only way a young man is respectful is if he has on a suit. That's bullshit. I don't gotta wear no suit to be respectful. Clothes don't define me. Twerking does not define me.
Let's go ahead, E. What you think? What's your question?
Jay Ward, I have 3 questions for you, right?
I'm gonna answer every one of them.
I should get there yes or no questions. If you are the person I think you are, I should get 2 yeses and a no. Okay. Do you believe that you have great home training?
Yes.
Okay. Do you stand on your mama furniture? Did you ever stand on your mama furniture?
I have.
Okay.
He ain't my mama.
No, wait. But I'm saying, right? Do you go out in public and stand on furniture in a restaurant?
Nope.
What are we talking about here?
The fact that he felt like he. Right? But listen, E, let me go back at you, E.
Okay.
My mama is the one who told me to get off her couch. He ain't my mama. You can ask me to leave your establishment and get your security to remove me or not. Don't grandstand for clout like T say and people doing stuff for cap because you want to make a point and you wanted this to be recorded because you wanted to be on your high horse. That's what that was about.
So my first question was, do you believe you have good home training?
I do.
You said yes.
I didn't always have it.
So
before we continue, let me meet both of y'all. Before we continue, let's make sure we put this out there. He did go to the table twice and asked them to stop dancing. Twice. Nice. He went with praying hands. Please stop dancing in the establishment. Okay, y'all.
Remove them. Swift, remove them. Get your security. Bring them that check. Ask them to respectfully leave. You ain't got to make no scene. You gotta make no
Jay
sense.
Ward, you act like you used to twerk in the damn restaurant. Because you
I don't twerk.
tripping right now.
I don't
You tripping. You tripping. The point is, bro, it's like if you go to a restaurant or anywhere out in public, what's your folks you tell you? Don't be acting no fool in public. Why how is that same enrichment it's left you now? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is there a reason for you to go into another establishment as to decompress, like you said? Why are you on top of these people's furniture?
Because
what is your
if
justifiable
those
reason for
people,
that?
if
Answer that
those
first.
people were white, he wouldn't have said shit. And I'm tired of people saying, well, white people don't do this and white people don't do that. He would have not said nothing to those people. I know he wouldn't have.
Jay Ward,
How do
you still not
know
answering
it?
my question.
What?
Why? What is your justifiable reason for getting on top of furniture at a restaurant?
Because they letting loose. The song was lit and they decided to let loose.
And you think that's a justifiable excuse to stand on top of
I
somebody
don't.
else's
I said
furniture?
both people were wrong, especially if they were causing property damage.
But I'm saying that's where we're starting at. So now that you're starting to admit this part, you know what I'm saying? You gotta take baby steps, right? So now that we're climbing up, right? So they were number one, they were wrong for stamping on the furniture. Okay, cool. Now let's get to your subject. You talk about sexualizing the twerk, right? As men, of course, I'm pretty sure all of us love to see a fat ass go foo, foo, foo. You know what I'm saying? Can't get enough of it. You know what I'm saying?
Only when
Straight
you
up.
want to
But-
see it, though, right?
But I'm saying, huh?
Only when it's justifiable when you want to see it. Not. I got you. When you
Well,
want to see it, it's okay.
I'm speaking holistically, right? But
Okay.
do you agree that there's a time and place for everything?
Yep.
Okay. So now that we're here, you know what I'm saying? There wasn't a time and place necessarily to be on top of somebody's furniture and twerking on top of it. You're in a restaurant. Like
Right.
why
Right.
do you don't go to white people, you don't go to Chili's, you don't go to Applebee's, you don't go to Olive Garden and be twerking your ass, you don't go to Table 100 trying to shake your ass, you don't go to what's another half ass motherfuckers, you don't go to Cheddar's and shake your ass.
This nigga
Right.
said Cheddars?
I'm just throwing shit out there, bro. Like just different restaurants there locally in like the Jackson area. Like you don't go there shaking your ass. So why would you like, oh yeah, well I'm out here now. Oh, this is another upscale restaurant, but because it's a black person, you want to be like, oh yeah, I can get away with it here.
Okay. I don't think those
So-
people were dancing because they were in that establishment. They were in the mood. They were in the zone. They decided to do something. We had a phone party at a club and we was doing stuff at the phone party that people wouldn't do at the
Listen to
club.
what you just said, a phone party.
It's a
Right.
party, fool.
We're talking about a restaurant that's
Dinner.
having brunch.
I've seen people playing beer pong that then it escalated into a whole fight.
Okay, but what was the type of environment that it was?
It don't matter.
It
It
does
don't
matter.
matter. People
Hold on, how
shooting
does it not
pool.
matter?
People
How does it
shooting
not
pool
matter?
people shooting pool in an intimate setting, and I've seen it turn into a whole bar fight.
Bro, if I walk
You can't
into a
control
crib room
people.
playing
You
music,
can't control.
and
You cannot
I'm
control.
wrong, ain't it?
Go
You
to
can-
the comments real quick, and then Rob, I'm gonna come to you. I'm gonna let you. Okay, let you get your last point out. It's a time and place to twerk. I don't want to be in a restaurant seeing someone twerk. Joyce, it's a season and time to everything. Kim, I agree. The speech was a bit much, but he asked them too many times to stop. LaTerrence, Brother Waters justifying bad behavior, and it was his establishment, and he said he doesn't need their money. He did. Grace, I thought I read that the bartender and the waitress dancing there too. I can't comment on that. I did not know. Mom said she's drinking a glass of wine. Shanique, it needed to be said, twerk for your man or your husband. Pat, again, if you ask once, if that's your warning, if I have to come back, then that's your ASS Marie. One more. Why do we always have to draw attention to ourselves negatively and then get mad when we are approached negatively? That's a good point, Mom.
Hey man, read my nigga Tyrion comment, cause he got a real nigga name. You know what I'm talking about?
Where at? Let me see. Oh, okay. I see it. First, it's his restaurant. He has all rights and privileges to treat said restaurant the way he wants. If he doesn't want a certain behavior acted out in his restaurant, then he has the right, because of ownership, to make whatever scene he pleases. It has, I guess, thinking to do what type of black man. Oh, it has nothing to do with what type of black man he is. It boils down to home training, and he gave a lesson.
Nah, that dude is a real smart guy,
that was about to
man.
be my next point that I was going to touch on, right? So everybody that opens a business or like a facility or something like that, right? You can refuse service to anybody that you want to, right? So it's your business, so you call the shots in there, right?
Right.
You pay for the establishment, you help build the brand to what it is, so therefore you call the shots in there. Now I get that, it's a free country and everything, that's cool. But at the end of the day, it's just like, when somebody walk into your house, you supposed to respect their house, right? And that's how you gotta treat their establishment.
Yeah.
That's just how I feel in the situation. Now, unless they come with some bullshit, and it is what it is.
Rob.
So I've heard all kinds of capes for this situation. I've heard they were playing twerk music so you can twerk. I've heard they were giving them drinks so they were feeling themselves. I've heard it was a black restaurant and so we should be able to twerk. I've heard a black man's trying to control a black woman's body. For some reason, whenever a redacted is involved in a situation, no one ever goes to the actual root of the problem and focuses on that problem. Redacted being women, specifically black women in this situation. For some reason, we have to walk a fine line when we try to correct black women. Because if you do it too sternly, you hate black women. If you don't do it enough, you're not protecting black women. So where is the line between us saying you out of pocket, this isn't proper, there's no excuse for this? Like, where is the line? So the reason why he said it out in front of everybody, probably because most of the restaurant felt like he felt. Because when he said it, everybody started clapping, nodding their heads and stuff like that, because most of us are just trying to go out for a nice dinner in a nice restaurant. Most of us are. Most of us are trying to just go out and eat and chill. Second thing is, why do we always have to say black men hate black women because we have an opinion? It's super tired, and it makes no sense to me. Because at the end of the day, no one was telling the chick that was doing splits on this man's furniture to get down. Like, I don't understand it.
Where was the security at? Where was the security at?
I'm gonna get to the security. So on the security aspect, we know how we as black people have a very strained relationship with police and security. So I feel it's not in the plus for the people doing something for him to get security to pull him out, because then it may turn into a whole nother situation, which is why he was probably going to them personally and telling them to chill out. Probably. Secondly, so if we're playing nut if you buck in the restaurant, does they give us all the means or the excuse to start fighting in the restaurant? Like, we blame it on everything but our actions. At some point, we have to be able to take accountability. And the other thing is, I hate how we say, or we compare acting like we have home training to being white. Like, why is that? Why do we correlate going somewhere out in public, doing what you're supposed to do, and going back home as acting white? It's as if we're calling ourselves animals. We black people aren't animals. We know how to control ourselves out in public. Going out in public and being civilized is not anti-black. Like, we have been raised right. We know we don't go to other people's places, stand on their damn furniture. Like, we all know this. We were all raised by moms, grandmas, uncles, and aunts who told us not to do this shit.
Jay Ward doesn't believe in that. I'm sorry. Jay Ward doesn't believe in that.
Just because we're saying you need to act like you have some home training, that's not telling somebody to act white. That's telling them to act like an adult in an establishment that's not yours. And the last thing is, his point was on point. If you don't like it, don't come back. And nobody got up and left. Nobody moved.
And his sales went up. And he
Yeah,
booked for the whole month.
so at the end of the day, like, we get wrapped up around this social media thing, but people in real life applauded this man for putting his foot down and saying, this isn't an establishment. And so you had like companies that were coming up, oh, you can twerk here. Awesome, great. If they can twerk at your restaurant, that's where they need to go. And so they got somewhere they can twerk and jump on the table and the couches and all that stuff. But at his spot, that's not what he wants. And that is okay. That's cool. Like, there's no problem with that.
So y'all saying that classy ladies can't twerk?
I got you, LB. Don't worry.
That's what I'm asking. That's all I want to know. If she twerks, she's trashy, right?
I got you, LB. Don't worry about
that's
it.
That's all I want to know.
Don't worry about it. I got it. Listen, I don't know what was all said, and everybody was right. First off, those women were wrong. They jumping on this man's furniture, shaking ass. Period. That's disrespectful to this establishment. Disrespectful. What I will say though is, I feel like, for one, let's get some history on Dallas. Like, it's not a lot of black spaces in Dallas, so it's only natural that if you have a black-owned space in Dallas, you're going to do well because, black people don't have that many spaces to, go and kick it in Dallas. But what I will say, though, is I believe in setting the tone, and I believe in setting the tone and welcoming certain type of energy. Fam is welcoming that type of energy by having a DJ playing ratchet ass music in an upscale restaurant. That is not fucking upscale. But I feel like if he really was trying to get an upscale environment, there's certain things he wouldn't do. And I also feel like people is the black culture who throw events. They are infatuated with putting trap in front of their event. Trap brunch, trap yoga, traponomics, trap food, trap crab legs, whatever you can think of, and black people are throwing an event, they putting trap in front of it. So if you're going to put that in front of your event, you have to understand that you're welcoming trappish behavior, and that's trappish behavior. Compare it to a scene from the Chappelle Show, right? Back in the Chappelle Show days, right? The man did a skit where he played different music.
Corey, you stealing my stuff, Corey.
My bad, bro. I'm just jumping in. He played different stuff for different genre, different areas of people. He played the black music, the black people dance. He played what white people like, they dance. He played what Mexican people like, they dance. It is what it is. Especially when you throw in happy hour and when you throw in liquor too. Some black people are going to dance. If you play Before I Let Go, somebody gonna bust out and let you slide somewhere in a particular environment. It is what it is. But I feel like he got the right to do what he want to do in his restaurant, but at the same time, it's just certain things that you're welcoming. Like, you can't call your establishment upscale when you have a Photoshop picture of Barack Obama holding a fucking bottle of Ace of Spades. Your shit is not upscale if that's the picture you got on your fucking wall. I'm sorry. That's not upscale. Upscale is when you're eating on a white tablecloth where everything is a la carte, where you have valet parking. That qualifies as upscale. Also, for the love of me, serving liquor in used liquor bottles is not fucking upscale. But that's just my opinion about the far as the upscale is concerned. But like I said, those women were wrong. They disrespected his spot standing up. He got the right to do what he want to do because it's his spot. He paid the taxes on it. But at the same time, you're welcoming certain type of energy by the decisions you made. And having a DJ in your spot is welcoming that type of energy.
Man,
Let me go to the comments and come to you, Rick. I'm gonna come to you, T. Give me a second. So if you play trap music, that means you're supposed to act a ASS BS, you listen. He stopped. Walter Hurst. Some DJs stupid too because they do it on purpose. Terrence again. Why do we have to adjust for people to act right? Alex, he needs to step his environment up if you want to find dining experience. Pretty much saying what CJB was saying. Joyce, he should be able to play the hood music without anyone bugging out. Pretty much. Do a couple more upscale compared to whose standards. What if upscale black restaurants like the simple wine and smoke Cuban listening to 2 Chainz, replacing the old jazz lounges, etc. Okay. I saw another one I wanted to read. Larisha, where it go? Larisha, he meant that speech with all disrespect. If you saw his original Instagram post that deleted it, and all of the story posts that he reposts on his Instagram story, so y'all can take your cape off and stop fighting for him. I don't know if it's fight for him necessarily. Go ahead, T.
I'm just saying, like, I'm in the A, so you know we do brunch different. I think Atlanta and DC have the best brunches. So, you know, that's probably what they used to, you know, as far as, you know, partying, having a good time and all of that. So I'm necessarily not against it, but I do think it was a failure between the owner and the DJ, you know what I'm saying, honestly, because they wasn't on the same page, obviously. But at the same time, we cannot give these honeys a pass. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody want to give the honeys a pass. If they for the streets, they for the streets. Okay, so if she wants to be at the brunch, it's a difference between twerking in your seat, twerking, you know, next to the table, maybe a little slight twerk, you know, that little fake little twerk they do. Never mind, y'all know what I'm talking about. But once you stand your ass up on my couch, I got an issue with you. You know what I'm saying? Especially after I done told you 2-3 different times. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I think the owner was in the right. Only part that the owner messed up on was where he was like, y'all can get the fuck out. And I felt like that was really unprofessional of him. Like, everything else he said about he doing this for the culture, he wanted to create a good environment and all that, I was with him. But when he was like, y'all can get the fuck out, like, okay, he just killed it off right there, you know what I'm saying? But I do feel that he was in the right. I just think that his level of professionalism in that moment was a lapse, you know what I'm saying? But again, somebody needs to hold these people accountable. Nobody wants to hold a black woman accountable. They want to say that the black man was being authoritative. They don't like taking rules from a nigga. You know, it's just a whole bunch of underlying stuff that women go through that they say, okay, boom, 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 want to give capes. Like Jay Ward been doing the whole show, giving capes for this bad behavior, no accountability for this bad behavior. Jay Ward, I'm talking to you, Jay Ward. You, don't be drinking on your drink either, fool. but no, I'm just saying, man, we really just got to get this together and tell these people that we are in an establishment. Please act like you have some home training, please.
Got you. Green, where you coming from? What you drinking on?
Man, peach margarita in my AB glass or cup, bottle, whatever you want to call it. All the way from Matson, Illinois. Chilling in the back.
Wherever the fuck that is.
It's the suburbs.
No.
I think I've grown accustomed to not being in the hood. Thanks.
Oh, they don't talk on your side of town. I got you.
It's a little mixture, bro.
Let me bring in E. So what you think, Green?
Man, it's tough. It's tough. I mean, the fact that he gave him a warning was the biggest thing. I mean, anytime, that's you know, hood rules too when you think about it. That warning, that first warning is all you need. If you don't know how to adjust after that, then it's on you. I mean, his approach could have been different. You know, frame up is always the biggest thing. The better you frame it up, the better it looks, the better it's received. But if you give fair warning multiple times from what I'm seeing, it's on them to shape up or ship the hell out or ship the heck out. Sorry, Mom.
So do you think that what twerking is sexualized, like it shouldn't be a sexual thing. It's just part of the culture. Like they
I honestly think is from an individual standpoint. I mean, twerking is individualized, sexualized from an individual standpoint. Not everyone looks at twerking as sexual. So if not everyone looks at twerking as sexual, everyone can't say that twerking is sexual. If this group looks at twerking as sexual, then that group looks at it. If this group looks at it as non-sexual, then it's non-sexual.
So how do strippers make money?
he's
Dancing.
in that dive.
Shaking their ass, twerking. That's how strippers make money, right? And that's what the idea of a stripper is, to create a sexual allure.
That too.
Swift, what you got going on, bro?
That's T. I'm about to drop kick T.
Like, what the man got going on, bro? I'm just saying.
Let me go to the comments while T try to figure out what he got going on. Tarian, I don't care if he calls his restaurant upscale or downscale. What sane human being would twerk on furniture in a public restaurant? This isn't a club, whether it be trap, country, classical, or foreign music. She was being extra. Call it what it is. Sit down. Good point. Larisha, so you don't eat strip club wings and steaks?
Strip club wings do be fire.
They do. Your mom warned you at least once before she slapped a fire to you for climbing on the arm of the couch. Same concept. So basically, what it seems like the people saying is he warned you once. He didn't have to, but he warned you twice. Anything after that, you bring it on yourself.
I know Crow got to go, but I definitely want to jump back in. But go ahead, Crow.
Oh, you gotta leave, Crow? My bad.
I'm gonna let Jay Ward get all what he need to get off his chest, because I'm gonna come in and clean up.
All right. So let me say this.
I'm about to mute myself.
I'm gonna take you out.
Okay, great. Fee just said the exact same thing that I was about to say. Women go to pole classes, they go to Zumba. Is that sexual? It's a lot of gyrating, it's a lot of hip moving and stuff like that. Is that sexual?
Depending on who you asking.
Yeah, exactly. So that means that in your eyes, you are making it sexual when they probably didn't even. Them women, and I didn't even watch all of it because once I heard them talking, I was like, this is too much for me. But them women was probably just trying to enjoy themselves, and they was hyping each other up. And y'all can't tell me that if you hear back that ass up, you ain't gonna dance.
Why would I dance?
We niggas.
You ain't standing up. You ain't standing up looking for the women when back that ass come up.
In a restaurant?
Most women, I don't care where you at when back, it's not twerking because that's past our generation. We're older people looking down on the general because twerking that came after us. We were all adults when that particular thing became prevalent. But most people, when back that ass come on, they gonna at least stand up and throw it a little bit. I've seen it everywhere I go, bro. Anywhere. They ain't playing it at Applebee's. They ain't playing it in Macy's like somebody else said. They not playing it there. Wherever you at,
on the couch, bro.
it's just like, hey, bro. T, if Swag Surf come on, I don't care where I'm at. If somebody play I Look Good, I don't care if I'm in the doors of the church. I'm gonna stand up because that's my shit.
But on the pew,
quit caping, man.
On the pew,
I'm not, bro. And then also, y'all talking about restaurants having security. How many restaurants y'all been in that didn't have security? Maybe I'm just because I'm from I live in Shreveport, but all restaurants here got security because you don't never know some people. Well, it might be shit. So you mean to tell me in a major city, those people don't have security at those restaurants?
No,
not here in Texas.
Or at least an officer circulating? Are you kidding me?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I'd have been to several gas stations, restaurants, everywhere where they got security at.
You're in Ratchet City, home of the Ratchet.
Go ahead, Crow. Go ahead, Crow.
Jay Ward.
I bet not see nobody get up when back that ass come up.
You trying to cater to your fan base, boy.
Be quiet, T. Go ahead, Crow.
Go ahead, Crow.
All right. First off, I'm definitely going to address the owner because I believe in customer service. I'm about customer service. I've been in the position to serve and been on the opposite side as everybody else as a customer. If I was sitting in that restaurant at that time, he decided to give that speech, I would probably feel some way because that situation was to the back of that room where those customers were. Now, what he could have done was after he addressed them or asked them to leave or had or came over there with the waiter or waitress, whoever was serving that area, making sure that they got their check left in a timely fashion without any disorderly without any belligerent behavior. Then he should have went around to each table and apologized for that behavior, since he felt that that behavior was not acceptable in his restaurant. As an owner, you remember on Harlem Nights what Sugar did when they got arrested? Sugar got a limousine for everybody. He made sure it was champagne in each one of those limousines. So as an owner, if something happens in my restaurant, in my club, that I'm able to control, get that element out of there, either I'm gonna tell the rest of my patrons, hey, listen here, my apologies for what was going on. I do have rules established. Yes, I am playing trap music, rap music, hip hop, but I do not have a dance floor. I don't mind you, like T said, you know, sometimes you get that good feeling and you might get the grooving in your feet like this, but that doesn't warrant you to stand up on the furniture. So now I'm going to transition to the young ladies. So they probably have kids, and the first time one of their kids climb on something, they're going to pop them. I tell them to get their ass down. I don't care if their kids was gyrating or doing whatever. It's the point of standing up on something, furniture. So you were taught that as you were young, whether you were in preschool, whether it wasn't by your mama, you didn't go on school and stand on the desk in the classroom. I bet you the teacher corrected you, or either you got suspended. So that was taught along the way. So you can say whether they had home training or not, common sense or not. Somewhere along the line, they were taught not to stand up on furniture, whether music was playing or not. Now, let's go here. I know people say, well, he shouldn't have had a DJ. I've seen people get up and dance when a live band is playing a beat, a certain song. The words may not be coming out. So it doesn't matter if you have a DJ or a live band. It falls within those individuals. Because I've seen people bob their head to jazz. You know, so it doesn't matter what music is playing. It's on that person, those individuals. And I know Jay Ward said her homegirls hyped her up. So that's when you come into peer pressure. You said that they were adults, Jay Ward. An adult shouldn't fall to peer pressure, young man. So if they friends were hyping them up to do that, they should have been like, no, I ain't finna get up and stand on this couch, girl. My mama told me better. Girl, we in a restaurant. And then the tone is set by everybody in there. Everybody is coming on kind of with their Sunday best in a way on. You don't see nobody at church standing on the pews. You may see them standing out in the aisles, you know, getting they shouting their praise on. But you don't see them standing on top of those church pews.
I've seen it, but go on.
I've seen it.
Oh, okay.
I've seen it.
You all go to the real elaborate
go to the countryest Baptist church.
Y'all go to some real elaborate.
I've seen it at a non-denominational church.
That's why I say y'all go to some elaborate. So hey, that's how they praise. That's how they praise. But back to the restaurant. You ain't finna really just walk in McDonald's and see nobody standing up on their stuff just because they got their headphones in and a song and a particular song come on. You're not just really seeing it. You might see a fight break out in the McDonald's before you see somebody just twerking on one of their tables. It's just
they're not in there long enough, Crow. When you're in McDonald's, you're not in there that long. You in there, you out.
Let's go ahead and final thought, Crow. We'll wrap up.
All right, final thoughts on that. First off, The owner could have approached that totally different. He should have basically, once he saw that, he should have basically had their checks gathered up as a whole unit or either separate, one or the other, walked over there and said, "Excuse me, ladies, we've been over here twice. We thank you all for your services. But at this moment, here's your check. We are politely asking you all to leave our establishment. And if they get loud and belligerent, that's when you say, hey, ma'am or sir, I don't want to get the police involved. I'm asking you to leave nicely. Once they leave, then you go around, like I said, to everybody and say, hey, my apologies. Yes, we are playing this type of music, but we're asking everyone not to stand up on chairs, on tables, and dance. We have our waitresses and waiters who have to get through things of that nature. Now, once all of that has been established, then you come back around on your website and or either you do an IG post, whatever, however you need to, and then reestablish what is the vision for your restaurant. That way you will have that established and won't have to go through that again.
All right, so we had two more topics, but I want to hit this. Hold on, say what now, right? I'm pretty sure we've all seen we don't know this one out. And I ain't gonna read more comments on this one, but I'm pretty sure we've all seen the video of the YouTube guy. I can't think of his name, KS, going in on the young lady who called in to his show seeking advice. So let me set the scene. So this was one of his disagreement live. This is where you call in and disagree with whatever topic he had going on at the time. But he does do like one-on-one sessions for people that need advice, whether it be dating, clothing, whatever it is. He pretty much help you out. This young woman, 35, it is young, right? This young woman called in seeking advice, asking how she can get a 6-figure salary man because she feels that is the man that is on her level. Kevin Samuels, yeah, that's his name, Kevin Samuels. And he pretty much went in. Like I said, I'm pretty sure we all saw the video. He told this woman to put herself between 1 and 10, and she couldn't use 7. What else? He just basically went in. But I think the reason he was upset was because she used this time to call in for advice, and that's not what it was set for. But I know y'all saw the video. What were y'all thoughts when y'all saw that video?
He didn't go in on her. He basically gave her a tough reality. Can't say that he went in because he wasn't disrespectful. He was very cordial. He was very firm. People don't like his delivery, but in my honest opinion, he hit her with nothing but facts. He wasn't calling out her name or anything. He was being like perfectly honest with her. Like she said that she wants a 6-figure man, right? Mm-hmm. But she doesn't generate 6 figures herself.
She does.
She had
She did.
She did.
For the past 3 years, she's generated 6 figures.
Okay, well, but he basically was explaining to her that a man that brings in that much money, he wants a woman that's top of the line. It's like top of the line, it can be subjective, but let's use everybody's favorite couple, Russell Wilson and Ciara, for example, right? Look at who Russell Wilson was married to prior to him like coming into a lot of money in the NFL, coming into millions of dollars when he signed his first extension. Compare that to who he's talking to now after he signed that extension. Now, I know we're not going to get into the reputations. I'm looking at optics right now. Look at Google Dwayne Wade's ex-wife. Now look at Gabrielle Union as an example. That's pretty much what he was saying was a 6-figure man or a wealthy man is not looking for average. And he stung her ass. He said that a 6-figure man is not looking for a woman in her mid-30s that's a baby mama. He stung her ass. I don't consider that going in. I felt like he was basically giving her a harsh reality of how certain men think. one thing he did say that stood out when they was talking, he pretty much told her that if you see a man who's pretty much wealthy and he's with an average looking woman, he was with that woman before he got his wealth.
Yeah.
And that makes sense. Like, and I'm not pointing out nobody, but you look at all the rich men, like, and I'm using celebrities for an example because that's who most of us in the audience are familiar with. So if you look at their track record, then you will see like he had some truth to what he was saying. And I don't think his delivery was disrespectful at all. Like this goes back to something Rob said in the last topic. Like some women don't like to hear harsh realities from men. If you give them that harsh reality, they're going to say that you hate black women, you're toxic, whatever word they got. I can't even think of all of them, but they got a lot of words to describe me they don't like. But I will say though, he gave her like honest feedback, and I'm not talking about her because I feel like you can want what you want, but what you probably want doesn't necessarily want you. So that's pretty much what he was giving her, in my opinion, overall.
Gotcha. Rob, what you think? 'Cause I'm gonna bring you and Jay Ward go.
So I watched the video. I actually went to YouTube and actually pulled up his channel because I thought his delivery was thorough. It was clear. It was concise. It came off as pushy, but that's only because he was saying things that some people don't want to hear. I also found a video where he was talking to a man about the exact same situation, where the guy was saying he was 300 plus pounds. He was like 5'6", 5'7", and so the guy said he was looking for some woman that was basically out of his league. And so the guy asked him, he was like, "How big is your dick?" Is basically what he asked him. And the dude was like, he started stuttering. He was like, "If you got a big dick, you don't have to stutter." He was like, "So not only are you asking for something you probably can't get, but you're not even bringing dick," is basically what he said. And so,
damn.
So he's an equal opportunity truth teller, which is what I like. I don't like people who have an agenda. I don't like people who tear down women and praise men. I don't like people who praise men and tear down women. If you're gonna be equal across the board, that's how I am. I'm equal opportunity.
Obviously you don't like Jay Ward, and obviously you don't like Derrick Jackson.
So if you go slander somebody, not slander, if you're gonna be honest and truthful with people, you got to do it with men and women. And so that's what I like about him, because he's straight up, straight to the point. Now, getting back to the video, I believe that social media world has conflated what real world is. And what I mean by that is a lot of people say what they want on social media. They put it out, they post 50,000 memes about this, that, and that. But in reality, those posts don't match how you are in real life. And so I've always said a lot of people feel like if they don't cheat, that they're a perfect mate, when they either have anger issues, there's something wrong with them, they're bad with money, blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera. All of those things make you a horrible mate, regardless of what you feel you have as far as being a good mate. And so the things he told her was she can't get close enough to the guy that she's trying to get. Mm-hmm. And for one, she has low self-esteem because she says she was a 5 when she wakes up and she's a 6 when she puts herself together. So off top, we're like, damn, and he said 7 wasn't an option, because most people say I'm a 7 because that's like that middle of the road, I'm halfway here, halfway there. He said, so you either got to say what your ranking is or don't say a 7. So she didn't even say 8 or a 9. So automatically she's already valuing herself, or how she sees herself is probably lower than a lot of other people see her. So that's the first issue. And so if you're already saying, I'm coming into a situation and I see myself as average, how are you going to get anybody, not even people that you're not trying to get? You should always see yourself in a good light. And so that way you at least are happy with yourself. Because if you're not happy with yourself, how are you going to make anybody else happy? Or how are you going to be in any type of relationship? And so I feel like people, they got to check this guy out, man. I wasn't hip to him until yesterday, but I like his commentary. He was spot on. A lot of people don't like seeing a man tell these things to a woman, but I feel like if we have these conversations where men are openly and honestly talking to women, I feel like we can get farther instead of all this division that we have. If you say something I don't like, you hate me. If you're not kissing my feet and kissing my ass, then you don't love me, because that's not how the real world works. Like, we should be able to have constructive criticism and I still have love for you, and vice versa. And so I feel like it was open and honest. I liked it.
Let me go to the comments real quick. I'm gonna go to Jay. Joy said it makes about love. That makes love about materialism, not anything else. Okay. Jay Brielle, money isn't everything. When people realize that life can be better. Keish, I didn't agree with her statement. My body not average. Comment for 10,000. Anyone can have a nice body these days. That's a good point. She needs some self-confidence. She called herself a 5'6" with makeup.
Oh, what you just? I'm being honest though. You know what I'm saying?
Kevin Hart left the one who helped build him up. Now he's miserable with his trophy wife. Quinn said, "Okay, good point." I saw another comment I want to bring up. Someone said ugly people can't have standards. I can't find it now.
I think Quinn said that too.
So ugly people can't have standards.
What is the definition of ugly though?
Right.
Like what?
Objective.
Ugly.
Right.
Like on some real stuff. So you know, you call yourself ugly, but somebody else may call you ugly.
Here it is.
Exactly.
People can't have standards. I don't know if it's about her not having standards. It's about knowing what she can and can't get, and getting it
That's
from
it.
someone who is being.
But how are y'all to judge of who a person can and can't get though? Like what makes Kevin Samuels?
Right.
Let Jay Ward go first.
Let Jay
go.
But he done talked the whole show.
Well, first of all, T has his hat to the side, so obviously he's affiliated with some sort of gang violence.
Oh my God!
If
Give it a
judging
rest,
by-
Jay Ward.
You muted. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Go ahead. What were you saying, T?
Oh no, I was just saying what makes him the end all be all of what a person dating potential is. You know what I'm saying? I got my Jay Ward cape on right now. What makes him the end all say all? You know what I'm saying? Because even though he did have a point, because you know, but she actually makes 6 figures herself. So why shouldn't she want somebody that makes 6 figures? You know what I'm saying? Like, why are we putting a cap on this lady, man? Why are we putting a cap on her?
I think I have an answer to your question. Right?
Answer that.
So,
Answer that.
There's another show called The Grapevine or whatever, right? And it's one chick, they was talking about like they just talking about like how like millennial men is, you know what I'm saying, or how like older men are just in general. So they had brought up that men are beauty chasers. And I think that is a valid point, that men will go the extra mile for something that is pretty or somebody that somebody can't get because of it's a nice piece to have on your arm, you know what I'm saying? It compliments you well. So like that goes back to the honeys, the IG honeys winning because they look good on the ground, but they really ain't bringing nothing, but they, you know what I'm saying, they getting all the benefits from, you know what I'm saying, upper echelon as far as the classism of men coming. So in their top 10%, like he was referring to. So I think that's the reason behind that men are indeed beauty chasers in that instance, right? Because don't get me wrong, whatever you think is attractive, you're going to go for it regardless, right? But if you know she bad, let's say for instance somebody like I don't know, like Sanaa Lathan, right? I think all of us can agree that Sanaa Lathan is an attractive woman. So if you had the opportunity before you got in your relationship, before you got in whatever type of situation you got into, she was going to look good on your arm, regardless if she wasn't a famous actress. You know what I'm saying? It's just that little piece that look good on you. You know what I'm saying? So you can kind of flex in front of people. You know what I'm saying? Be like, oh yeah, you did good. And all that old bullshit. Now, do I believe in how he broke her down. I'm a bit yes and I'm a bit no. All right. The no part comes into the context of telling her what she can and can't get. You know what I'm saying? Because if we just being real, filters off. If we just being real, I know a lot of niggas that be talking about like, yeah, they only fuck with the baddest chicks or whatever. You look at their baby mama, they ain't too hot. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I believe, like, you know what I'm saying, she can get anybody, like, you know what I'm saying, as long as she willing to put the elbow grease in, you know what I'm saying, do some work or whatever, she can get anybody that she want to, you know what I'm saying. Now, he did make some good points when breaking out, like, you know, older men might not be looking for a 35-year-old with a 13-year-old or whatever, even if her body is banging, you know what I'm saying. Not too many men really trying to come in and off the bat play stepdaddy, you know what I'm saying. Just being honest, you know what I'm saying. And then, like, I feel like, because, like, I feel like, I know sometimes I've seen on in the media and shit like that, they be like, oh yeah, he's such a good dude for stepping into this role and playing the stepdad and yada yada yada. I'm like, well, you know what I'm saying, you don't really deserve a trophy for that, because women been doing that shit for years. But you know what I'm saying, kudos to you. But you know what I'm saying, it's really levels to it. If you want to be an exceptional person, you got to do exceptional shit. So it's just like getting in shape, right? You have to change your environment, right? If you know you 300 something pounds and you want to be in shape or you want to do better, you got to hang around people that are in gym, they are constantly going to the gym, right? That's going to encourage you to change your environment. Then you start a routine. Then you start to get in shape. You start to do better. You know what I'm saying? Just like how you hung around people that went to that did better in school. That's why you're not like your homies. You know what I'm saying? Some of your homies that you got back home that didn't graduate college, that didn't graduate high school. You know what I'm saying? You got to make those decisions to get to that type of upper echelon. You feel me? And that's just my take on it.
And this last comment, she lost with calling into that show instead of getting advice from Brothers Vent 2. Ladies, if you want advice from the brothers.
But nah, that's really where I was going with it too. Like, she had to call into that show to get some kind of validation from that guy, and it's a lot of women that need some kind of validation for their moves or how they think or try to justify their actions. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why he said she needs therapy.
Yeah, because, you know, like, my power comes from within. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm confident in myself first. You know, I don't need nobody to tell me who or what I am or who I'm gonna get and all of that. And I think that's a problem with some women, not all women, but just some women, you know what I'm saying? As far as, you know, it's like the closer women get to 40, is shit just start going cuckoo, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's 35, she's 35 with a kid, and she wants a 6-figure guy. You know what I'm saying? She made 6 figures, so I'm not mad at it. But at the same time, I think people just need to get away from the money and really see a person for who they are, what their values, you know what I'm saying? Is he gonna let you walk on the outside of the sidewalk? You know, is he gonna open up the door for you? Motherfuckers don't even care.
Let me ask you this question. Wait. I have a Jay Ward like question.
No.
I'm gonna say I got a Jay Ward like question myself on that one.
Nah, cause he cut me off last time. I only had one scene. Cut me off.
Well, I'm gonna chime in on that one. So you honestly think that guys don't think the same way? Like, you think of a 6-figure guy not looking for that trophy wife or a 6-figure woman? Like, what's stopping that?
Because niggas will fuck anything.
But there's a difference between looking for someone just to have sex and looking for someone for their long-term relationship.
I honestly think if a guy's looking for a woman if he's looking for that 6-figure chick, he's not looking for just sex. He's looking for long term.
Right.
So for her to say she's looking for 6 figures as well, she's looking for a match. She's not looking for a come up, because technically she is a come up already. So she's looking for that match to what she already has. I mean, what she went to that show for, what she called in for, wasn't to say that she was saying, oh, I'm ugly or anything of the sort. She was pretty much just saying, like, hey, I got 6 figures coming in. I want somebody who's 6 figures too.
Exactly. And I feel the same way, like, for real. Like, who says she can't get a 6-figure nigga? You know?
I mean,
but that's what he pointed out, though. He made a point in saying that, like, the only reason why she hasn't found somebody like that is because the people that she meet that are at her current level or whatever, that even while she's doing that, she's probably thinking that she's above these niggas. So say for instance, if she's bringing in 120K, she probably feel like her nigga need to bring in 360. You know what I'm saying, or somewhere in that area, right? Because like, but that could be a thing for her. You know what I'm saying? And her being an entrepreneur, I can kind of understand it, but at the same time, you know, I'm like,
let me go to the comment.
Nah,
Go to OC.
I see. That's the first one I'm going to. This boy said, OC said 6-figure guy looking for brunch twerkers.
Then they'll go out back and shame her for twerking at brunch. But okay.
Oh, here we go.
But shut your ass up.
What's
bro. I
up?
hate J.
Keith,
Wood.
you can go to a Honda dealership and get any used car, but you can't go there looking for a brand new Maserati. Sometimes you have to change your environment.
Church.
Hondas last a long time.
Terrence Hello also said that none of the people around her make 6 figures. That's why she feels she deserves it. Oh, he said that. Yeah, he did say that.
I just said it.
I'm going to comments. Rob, listen to their homegirls and not having that self-confidence to be self-aware. That's true. Jay Ward, I don't think he said much. We muted you like the first 5 times. Go ahead.
All right. One thing I definitely want to say is that men, like, to my young brothers, I know y'all gonna be 6-figure, 7-figure men one day. Do not go get you a plastic trophy woman. You're gonna end up like Scottie Pippen and all these other people that just broke, and that woman then finesse you and then took the bag from you. Stop doing that. I definitely want to say that I didn't watch that video. I saw it posted several times, but I didn't watch it because I was like, I'm good on watching this. But I think the overall thing is that, for one, just like on a college campus, men have more women to pick from than women have men to pick from. So once you get into a world of anything above minimum wage, the amount of men that make minimum wage, it's a smaller pool. Meanwhile, there's amount of women who make 6 figures is probably, or not necessarily 6 figures, but women with good jobs. That pool is larger to pick from than men who do the same thing. So men have more choices. They have more options. So they're going to try to get the cream of the crop of those women who have good jobs and make a lot of money. Whereas when a woman is trying to pick from that crop is a little bit limited. And the thing that I really took from it is, I just wanted to ask, what were the other things that she was looking for outside of just the 6 figures or whatever? I didn't get what else was she looking for outside of that?
Never
and then, what were her other qualities outside of she makes 6 figures? Like, what else are you bringing to the table other than how much money you make? And I think the overall thing that, you really have to say is be evenly yoked. Get with somebody who's comparable to what you bring to the table. Rather it's money.
That's the subject of the conversation.
Like, just be evenly yoked. And evenly yoked is not just money, just like whatever else, like ambition, drive, attractiveness. And attractiveness, varies. That doesn't mean like I didn't see what the woman looked like. So for me to call her 5, 6, 7, I don't know, unless she on the dig scale. That's an inside joke. But I do want to leave with this is that men and women don't settle. Don't settle for something less than what you feel like you require. Even if it take you to be 45 to get it, don't settle for something that you think is less than you. Even if it feels like most people. I know this lady, she's a counselor, and she used to model and all this type of stuff. And she waited, like, she has a daughter that's a senior in high school this year, and her son is maybe 2 or 3 years old. She waited a long time to have another kid because she knew what she wanted and she knew what she was waiting on. And I don't think men or women should settle. If you know what you bring to the table, don't let anyone tell you. Be confident in who you are. And don't let anyone tell you that you don't deserve the person that you're after because you don't fit the stereotypical beauty list because you don't look like a Kardashian clone. Don't let people tell you that you don't really deserve what it is that you're looking for. So don't settle and be evenly yoked with a person.
But you notice though that she didn't bring up anything else that she brought to the table. I don't think she.
So she might be shallow. And that's
All
why I
that
didn't watch the
only thing she
video.
brought up was
That
her body.
particular woman might be kind of shallow, but you know,
I just want to put that out there. That's the first thing she bought. She's like, "Well, my body." I'm like, "Well, that means she trying to say like she got a fat ass." You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong. There's plenty of ugly chicks out here with a fat ass. They get cuffed and get put in great situations. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's taking from that. I'm just saying.
That's how she
needs to have a level set with herself and find out what she really wants.
She didn't lead with that though. She ended with that. Like she was talking about the money first. So clearly she was talking about the whole equally yoked thing. Like she wanted somebody who made as much as she did, so it didn't feel like it was a leech, like how Mississippi guys are. That's how.
Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. Chicago nigga. They want to be a Mississippi nigga.
Hey, let me say this real fast. All them jokers come from Mississippi, so your roots started here, homie.
Right.
Look,
come on,
man.
Crowley. You a Marcus. You fine.
Look, somebody got to tell these people the truth, man. Somebody got to tell these people the truth, man. So, if you know, people don't like to receive it, though. That's the problem. People don't like to receive it when you tell somebody something that kind of gets up under their skin, hurts their feelings, and all that. Like Crowley do every week on Brothers Vent 2. I don't even know why they watching that other show. They might as well watch this show right here. Because we going to keep it all the way funky. You know what I'm talking about? Crowley going to tell the truth. He going to tell the truth. I'm going to tell the truth. Jay Ward is going to try to make you feel better. And then somebody else going to come in and break it back down.
So let me ask y'all this. So if a chick came on this show and said, give me advice, why can't I find a man? Y'all would give her the truth.
Definitely.
Nah, for real, though.
Let me raise my hand.
That's a finger, Crowley.
I'm hand there, my hand. There you go. Before we even start giving advice, we're going to ask her if she's willing to accept it, be open to hear it, and because we're going to have open dialogue, because she's going to get 6 different opinions from 6 different guys, and she's going to have to pull bits and pieces from that to figure out where she want to go.
No, y'all don't want no women on the show. No women on the show, T.
And you show right.
Well,
comments real quick. And then Crow, you can wrap it up. Most women don't know they are talking to a good guy that makes 6 figures or better because we don't lead with that because we want someone for us. So basically saying men don't lead what we bring to the table. We just be us, I guess. Rob, don't be chasing a unicorn and get mad you can't catch. Melissa said we deserve that unicorn, damn it. Okay. Let me see. The only one I would trust to give advice that doesn't hurt would be Jay and CJB, of course.
And that's gonna be the downfall because you don't want the truth.
Dang, Kim, I can't.
Not CJB. I think CJB gives honest advice. It's just that other guy from 09. I don't really know.
Well, I'm gonna say this: CJB gonna like a soft pillow.
I think I give the most unbiased opinion.
Hold on, let me wrap up. So
turn your volume up.
Can y'all hear me?
Man.
Oh, I was muted.
So wait, can we come on the show? No, not yet. Anyway. We may be seeing. We may switch.
I said yes. I said yes.
I bet you. We know.
Definitely, Jay.
They wrote all those fairy tales for us and brainwashed us. Now they're using it against us. All a part of the system to bring women down.
What? Who be bringing women down?
They wrote all of these fairy tales for us and brainwashed us. Now they're using it against us. All a part of the system to bring women down.
Wow.
Dang, that's how y'all feel, man. That's sad, man.
That's tough.
That hurt my.
Raise my hand again. Okay.
That's from left field.
Raise my hand. Let me say something on there. So all men are dang near raised by women. That's where we start from. So that means we can't brainwash you guys because our moms, grandmothers, aunties, sisters saying dang near had at least a good 75, 80% hand in raising us all the way up into our teens. So that's the basis of our foundation. So if we learn any manipulative ways, any deceitful ways, that means we learned them from the women that raised us. So if you really want to go there, but I'll jump off that horse and get back to what we were talking about.
Crowley's so passionate.
All right, so there's the last comment.
Oh, hold on, Melissa, my dad around, but I'm just speaking. You know, they say it's a lot of single mothers out there in this world. So I was just kind of speaking on that end right there, Miss Melissa. But yeah,
Y'all, my
Daddy,
is happily
Daddy.
married, happily married. So we're gonna
We
move
finna go on
on.
the scavenger hunt for my daddy.
Swift, what do you have against women? I don't have anything against women. I don't even know what that coming came.
This is brothers vent too, man. We need a space for the brothers, man.
But this is the last one for the night. We're gonna be very brief on this one. So OT Genesis posted a question. Do women change for men, or is it just one way and men have to change for the women? Not being funny, this is a real question he needs answered. But basically he's asking who changes for who, or do we change at all? Do men change for women, or do women change for men?
Dang, Swift, you ain't even let me speak on the lit topic with old lady. You just moseyed on, homie.
Sorry about that, Crow. I apologize. We're gonna y'all was. So, Crow, do women change for men, or do men change for women?
I'll kind of piggyback on the last subject. So in that case, you had that young lady calling in trying to figure out what she needs to do to attract a man. So we're all modifying ourselves in a way to figure out how we can attract that one to us. Now, the question is, are you losing yourself in the process of growing and trying to attract that individual that you're searching for? Because let's just say, for me, I'm a smoker. So if I see a young lady that's attractive, but she may be attracted to me, but she may not be attracted to smokers. So I might say, hey, all right, instead of smoking 2 Black and Milds a day, let me see if she willing to compromise with me smoking 1 Black and Mild a day. You know what I'm saying? If she cool with that, then cool. We might can possibly build something because that's a compromise. But her saying, no, I can't compromise in that, then I need to move on. I'm not going to bend or change or lose myself too much in trying to attract or suit someone. Now, somebody who's going to help me grow or reach my goals or like-minded, then, like I say, we all talk about communicating and reaching certain things. It's to when you set your goals too high, like maybe, all right, put it this way, and let me piggyback on the thing. Baby girl put herself at a 5 or 6. One thing a lot of men recognize when they're probably within their elementary teenage years, hey, I got a big nose, I got small ears, I got a slender head, you know what I'm saying? I'm skinny, I'm big, we adjust to that and we kind of say, hey, this is where I'm at. We don't build a false perception. I'm not going to go out there and be like, shit.
Crow. Watch that big nose shit now, my guy. Watch out.
No,
watch
but
out.
you accepted that.
My hella be.
Oh, Rob, Jesus.
You accepted that though. By the time middle school hit around, you was good with your big nose. You was good with it. And you was like, hey, if they gonna talk to me, they gonna talk to me. If not, keep it moving. That's all I'm saying with old girl. If you seeking somebody in that 100K area, in the 6-figure area, whatever it is, and if that young man or that young lady turns you down, keep it moving. That's all it is to it. Don't lose yourself trying to conform for somebody else. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing. It's okay to grow or, you know what I'm saying, accept some changes, but don't lose yourself. That's all I'm saying.
What you
lose yourselves behind wanting a marriage, behind wanting to be with a certain person, or because this person has this, they conform, they lose themselves in that, and then on that 3rd, 4th year, they realize, God damn, who am I? But you settled because you figured they can give you that big wedding, that nice house, that nice car. They can fuck you good every night, excuse my language. You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously. You get lost in the sauce. A lot of men get lost in the sauce. A lot of men get lost in the body, and as soon as she lose their body, they out of love with her.
I think if they're in love with the body, then they should pay for the upkeep.
Oh, we talked about high maintenance, and you said no, ain't no high maintenance.
What you
That was a troll. It was a
what you
troll.
think, Green?
Go ahead, Green.
Man, I honestly think that more often than not, it's men changing for women, and that's because like that whole "he who findeth the woman findeth the good thing" type of deal. I mean, it's one of those. Men are more set in their ways. I mean, granted, you have women who have that. Oh, I'm not changing for you take me as I am type theory, but men more often than not are there already. They're already, they've made up their mind as to what they want to do or how they want to act and how they want to react. So it's more so guys who want the women more so having to go through that metamorphosis, just to keep her or just to hold on to her or just to kind of match where she is. And I mean, fairness or not, that's where it is.
Okay. Let me go to the comments real quick. I'm gonna come to you, T, because you've been you trying to get some off your chest for the longest. Big nose, Queen and T talks. Zay, choose to adapt, choose to grow, choose to love. That's probably the most.
I said, what happened to Crow?
That's probably the most mature thing, the best thing you said since we started this show.
Shout out my club. Whoa.
Man, Crow would smooth walk off the show and go smoke. And keep going down. Women too, because that's what I did. Lost me catering to him. Okay. It happens. Yes, E, you shot up my club with all these kids. Help get a tuck. Go ahead, T, baby.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry, T. Go ahead, T.
It's T-Go, man. I
Oh,
got cut in front of my nigga.
Oh no. I ain't really got too much. I ain't really got too much to say on it. I just know that people need to find out what their core values are. You know what I'm saying? That's what dating is about. Finding out the type of person that you are dealing with. Because at the end of the day, that's the only way that people gonna change. Like, if you don't have the same core values with your spouse, then one person is gonna try to make the other person change. Either or. You know what I'm saying? So I think that in the dating stage, you need to find out what a person really feels like on the inside. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, that's the only time people trying to change you. But I do think that men change more than women, because women are hard-headed. Y'all don't like to hear it is what it is. Y'all hard-headed, y'all stuck in your ways. And at the end of the day, you want a person to take you as you are, or this is how I am, or you should understand me. You've been around me this long, and all that. Look, ain't nobody got time for that. People need to grow up. People need to act like they are in a relationship, act like they have more, act like they have values, and nobody should be changing anybody. You should be joining forces together. You know what I'm saying? Why do a person have to make you change? You should change internally for yourself to be a better person every day. You should grow every day. But if you depending on a man, or you want to change just because your man don't like something, like, y'all shouldn't be together. Honestly, like, y'all shouldn't even be together, because like I said, that's the whole part about dating and attracting what you like. You attract what you get. You know what I'm saying? And that's all it is. So y'all women, man, I'm just tired of women acting like victims, man. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, people acting like victims, and they want to be on some change shit.
My bad.
Fuck y'all. Y'all niggas stupid.
Erica, I think both over time start adapting ways from each other. I think BBT should start a GoFundMe for what? Ashley, a man or woman would change for their partner for the better. Let's see. I think that was all right. What you think?
Man, I was having a conversation with one of my homies week before last. They were talking about their mate. You know, they was really mad that their mate was doing this and doing that. and they just wish that their mate would call them more, that they would talk to them, or when they're around, all this type of stuff. And so I told him, I was like, your mate is only going to do what you want them to do until they get tired of it. If it's not something that's within that person for them to do naturally, you fussing at them, telling them to do it, is only going to make them do it just to shut you up. And so I agree with my LB, man. Like, if you're not happy with the person that you with and you're trying to make them change, you probably don't need to be with them. Like, why would you get with somebody and then try to make them change to somebody else or somebody that you want them to be? Like, you should be happy with the person that you with. Like, if the person, so I was watching the Kevin Hart special. He said he's to the point where, he just doesn't care anymore. His lady's going out. He's like, yeah, I don't care. Said she's gonna be out with her friends drinking. Yeah, I don't care. I'm gonna be around some dudes. Yeah, I don't care. Like at some point, like, you have to be comfortable with the person that you're with. But I do feel like men change more because men are trained to make their lady happy. Like, we're trained to not cause any smoke. We're trained, if something that she don't like, we're trained to try to adjust to it and change our ways. If it's something she's doing that we don't like, we're trained to try to fix it so there's no smoke or no confusion. I do feel like both people change to an extent, but I feel like men change more in the relationship.
Gotcha. CJB being Jay Ward to E, have you went?
No, I have not.
Okay, go ahead, CJB.
Nah, he was ready, man. He can go ahead. Go ahead, E.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Got that shiny new mic, man. He want to use that motherfucker. Go ahead.
I had this shit weak now. Don't get mad because your audio game ain't up there. You know what I'm saying? It's a little $30. I got a little coupon on Amazon. I do cheap shit. But now, there was a little speech that Farrakhan had did a couple years back, and he was like, a man don't know if he a man until he meets a woman, because the woman gonna challenge him to see if he is who he say he is. Now, I somewhat agree. At the same time, fuck all that. But I think that when you're dealing with somebody, you're gonna have compromise, because everybody had their own lifestyle that they lived before they even came together to be like, okay, yeah, this is what we finna do now. I do feel like men have to change more, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to living with that woman, or or dealing with that woman. Because the first thing, you step into that provider role, right? So guess what happens? The funds start looking a little shaky. I'm just being honest. The funds start looking a little shaky. You be like, oh, hold on now. This ain't what I'm used to, you know what I'm saying? But then you make adjustments, you know what I'm saying? And then sometimes you gotta tell them, like, hey, shorty, you know what I'm saying? You want this to continue? Time for you to kick in, you know what I'm saying? Then, or you know what I'm saying, just like how, I don't know, it could be just something minuscule, like how Crowley had mentioned, like, what are your daily habits? Like, you know what I'm saying? You might not even be a person that reads a lot or whatever, but you'll start reading for her or something like that. If you feel that type of way about her, you know what I'm saying? I feel like men be doing like a lot of conversions for, I'm gonna say it, man, niggas be converting for a slice of ass. Just keeping it a buck, you know what I'm saying? Niggas be converting for a slice of ass. I seen motherfuckers change religion before, you know what I'm saying? Just because that's who they was dating. You know what I'm saying?
Like that.
That shit happens. That shit happens. Now, as far as women, I do feel like women sometimes do change. By change, I ain't talking about long term. I'm more talking about short term. Women will put up with a lot more shit than your average dude will. But more so because they operate more so off an emotional standpoint, or that little tick in the back of their head, they be trying to prove themselves wrong when they know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Which is why you don't walk into the door. So
Whoa.
I see, no, they didn't put it in the comments earlier tonight. But from that standpoint, it's just like, you know, how women conform, they're more accepting, right? So say for instance, like a woman gets with a dude who already has children or something like that, right? They're more susceptible to accept it. Whereas men get with a woman that already got kids, we less likely to accept it. You know what I'm saying? That's just another example to where I feel like both parties do make changes, but you know what I'm saying? Some can be temporary, some can be long standing. Because as soon as a woman get tired of being like, oh yeah, your kid up here got an attitude with me, he need to go. You know what I'm saying? Then they hit you with the, oh, it's either your kid or me. What you gonna do there? You know what I'm saying? That's just my take on it.
Gotcha. Let me go ahead, CJB.
I feel like the relationships that are extremely successful, where both sides are equally balanced, it's going to require some change from both sides. Like, I feel like if the change one-sided, even if the relationship is still active, somebody's going to be miserable. And usually, in most cases, that's probably the man. That's only because he doesn't voice, like, it's certain things I want you to change too. He just do all the changes. And I think that relationships like that tend to not work. I feel like it's about balance. It's certain things that you're gonna have to change about yourself, and it's certain things that she's gonna have to change. Like, for example, if you date a woman that's careless with money, like, that shit'll piss you off if she don't change. Like, she don't be more responsible with the money, that shit's gonna piss you off. So she's gonna have to get in line. And just as far as like a man, it probably be stuff where you know, you probably leave dishes in the sink probably overnight. Some women can't stand that shit. So you gotta wash dishes every fucking night.
I hate this shit.
Cool, but Corey, that's what I was saying about, like, okay, you talking about finance. So shouldn't that be something that you get to know before you try to be all committed and down that rabbit hole like that?
I mean, it's like you're gonna get to know that, but let's be real. Some people will stay with someone in spite of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though you come across a woman that's bad with money, if she just bad with money and she makes a grade on all the other aspects, you're gonna keep talking to her because the chances of you hitting on every aspect is slim. So it's just some stuff where you gotta compromise on, in my opinion. And I feel like if the person you with truly loves you, they'll make that compromise and they'll ease up on certain things that'll probably piss you off. So, and it's like, this goes back to, you know, the whole cliche, happy wife, happy life. Like, that shit is dead. I feel like if you're a man and you really want to put your foot down, you're going to say happy spouse, happy house, which means that my happiness matters too. Some men let that shit ride, and you know, they be miserable as a motherfucker, but they made their bed and it boils over.
Hey, CJB, hold them hands up again.
Ah, man, like, hold up, listen. Your boy was gonna bling in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't getting no faces there. Shit. You know what I'm saying? You feel me?
Hey, all right.
When CJB hit that period that time on the episode.
CJB like, yeah.
Go ahead and wrap this up, Jay. Well, we in hour 30 now.
All right, I'm gonna go quick, man. I think that women change more so physically than men do, especially once they go into like a long-term relationship. Their bodies go through a lot of changes. They have children, they do all types of things, but you know, you guys might be shocked by this, but I think men change more for women than women change for men. I think men kind of give up everything in order to be in a relationship, not to smash, but when you're ready to be in a committed relationship, you are changing and you're willing to change a lot about yourself. You almost go against everything that's in your nature. And a lot of men's nature is to hunt. A lot of men's nature is to, entertain multiple women. But when you're ready to settle down and be in a relationship, you go against all of those things in order to be in that relationship. We change how we hang out with our friends. Normally we may, on Thursdays might be go out to the club or go out to the strip club night with our friends, but we change that when we're ready to be in a relationship. We may participate in Madden tournaments and play 2K all day, but when we're ready to be in a relationship, we change all those things. So I think a lot of times men really change a lot about themselves when they are ready to be in a relationship. Unlike, when not just for a sexual thing, but when you're actually ready to be in a relationship, which is a precursor to being in a marriage, you change a lot. But women normally, not all the time, but women are normally already up to the standard of being in a relationship and up to the standard of, being ready to move to a marriage and things like that. They usually reach that level before we do. So, when we decide to be in a relationship, a committed long-term relationship, it is a lot of change involved. So, and I'm not saying that when you're just trying to establish a sexual relationship with a woman, but when you're ready to like build on something, you really kind of change up a lot of things like that. And then, I see one of the comments like we can go to the strip club together. I mean, if you're in the strip clubs, then it's a great thing. And I think that a lot of times men change, and this is a subtopic, but I think a lot of time men and women change because they don't feel like they can be their honest selves with the person that they're in a relationship with. And it's like, that's that one quality that a lot of men are looking for. I was thinking back to something that a relationship that I had when I was younger. And then I, encountered this person when I was a little bit older. I'm like, damn, man, if we could have just been this real with each other back then and just this honest with each other back then, like I probably would have got down and just been like, hey, look, man, I'm trying to lock you down right now. And it's just that it takes you to become more mature and become older to have that level of realness with a person. And I think once we get older and, except E, I think all of us are at least 30. I know E's still young. He's born in 97. So with the rest of us, though, we're a little bit older.
What?
I think we're a little bit older. So you think a little bit different once you get a little bit older and you've experienced life. So, I see somebody saying that their husband is their best friend. Like, that's what we really want. Not the cliche, oh, my spouse is my best friend. Like, no, but genuinely, like, can I really tell you shit? Can I really tell you what's on my mind? Can I really be honest with you? But I do think that men change a little bit more. Women go through more of a physical change than we do, but men do change and they go against their nature a lot in a relationship.
For the record, I'll be 30 next month.
Whatever.
All right.
You born in 92, early 92.
91.
I remember 91.
Final
Good
thoughts,
year.
wrapping it up tonight, fellas. Final thoughts for the show. T.
Dang, why you got? All right, look. If y'all want to twerk on these couches, come to Atlanta. Go to Miss Icy's. You know what I'm saying? They got a good brunch. Go to BQE. They got a good brunch. You can twerk all you want to. You know what I'm saying? But don't be twerking in that man's spot. Straight up. He don't like it. You need to act like you got some home training. Act like your mama taught you something. You know what I'm saying? Do women change more than men? No. Y'all want us to accept you how you are. It is what it is. But I think that you should change for yourself, not for a man, not for a woman. You need to grow. Everybody need to grow every day. You know what I'm saying? And what would the hold on say? What was that?
Kevin Samuel, the chick.
Oh yeah. Look, man. People just quit being materialistic, man. Find a person that fits your life in more ways than being monetary. You know what I'm saying? Like, find somebody that you can enjoy and spend your life with and quit chasing the bag. You know what I'm saying? I know city girls got everybody on this money go getting shit and Trina from back in the day, but look, find you somebody that you can enjoy and spend time with, man, and quit trying to like date just all these expensive ass niggas or expensive ass women, fake women, all that IG model shit. Like, we not into that. Get you somebody that has some kind of character, man. Real talk.
Jay Ward.
I pretty much hit all my points, but I just, it's just amazing to me how we want women to be
Man,
these.
mute J Ward, man.
No, I'm on my last thing. It's amazing how
Don't
we
start
want
this
women.
again, man.
It's amazing how we want women to be these bedroom stars, but then if they twerk in public, it's like, oh no, don't do that because that is out of line. So I just feel like it's amazing how you want women to juggle balls in the bedroom and be like porn stars in the
Lady in
bedroom.
the
But then
streets.
if they, but how can they learn to be a lady in the streets and a freak in the sheets if you don't want them to be a freak? No, I don't understand.
But you
I'm
literally
done with
just
it.
said you said earlier that we
Let him get his final comments out.
I just think it's ridiculous. I think the notion of saying like, "Hey, I want you to be one way at home and then one way out in public, but I don't want you to have any experience because I'm a slut shame you if you slept with all these people. Who taught you how to suck dick like that? You must be a whore. So I can't marry you because you're too good in the bedroom." It's like too many double standards and double talking in my
Jay
opinion.
Ward, who gonna turn down a prime dick sucker, boy? Quit lying, man.
Some people won't marry him though. They feel like, oh, somebody had to teach you this, so
Wrap up,
this is
Jay.
out of line.
Cap,
veteran point
man.
guard.
Wrap
Veteran
up,
point
Jay
guard.
Ward.
Remember what I told you about that?
Let
Veteran
me take
point
another shot.
Jay Ward literally said stop sexualizing twerking, and look what he just said.
You should stop over sexualizing twerking.
Let's go.
Come on, final thought, please.
Listen, don't be jumping on folks' couches, chairs in their restaurant. That shit is disrespectful. People pay a lot of money for that. Don't do that. But at the same time, do not put trap in front of your restaurant theme and don't expect trap behavior. I hate to say it, it is what it is. You play certain type of music, black people gonna dance. It is what it is. As far as being, as far as wanting what you want, I can't tell somebody that they shouldn't want what they want. If you want somebody that's six figures or you want somebody that's out of your league, hey, go for it. You never know. But at the same time, make sure you have your own shit in order before you pursue something like that. And that's about all I got for this week, fellas.
Rob.
So acting civilized in public is not acting white. It's just acting like you have some home training. We got to get away from that. That's trash thinking. We are not animals. We actually do all have home training and we know how to act. And just because we do, that don't mean that we're acting white. So we got to get rid of that.
Rob, you said that a woman that ain't never had a lot of money don't know how to spend it. So how can you?
Don't worry about it. Keep going, Rob.
Secondly, I agree you should tell somebody who they should shoot their shot at, but you also shouldn't get mad if that shot don't fall, which is what I see a lot of people doing. They shoot the shot, they don't get it, and so they blame the rim instead of blaming the shooter. Blame the shooter, which is yourself.
That's
thirdly,
a dope analogy, bro. I like that.
I do think people change in relationship. I think both people change because you have to when you're making compromise, but I do feel like men change more because most men are just trying to keep the peace because we care more about peace than anything else. That's it.
Green, final thoughts for tonight.
Damn, Joe skip. All right.
No, I'm gonna let you go last.
No, first, last. Well, it don't matter. I mean, life is about choices. Change is a choice. Adapting is a choice. So whether or not you're willing to adapt, whether or not you're willing to change, whether or not you're willing to stay stagnant, everything's about choice. So like whether or not that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. You're doing it on your own. Not so much because you're being forced, but more so because what you want to do is like Rob said, for peace. Peace of mind is always is paramount. So if that's what you're looking for, peace is within yourself in your own choice. Stick with it.
Go ahead.
Who are you low down motherfuckers going to the public places, standing on top of furniture? Sit y'all asses down somewhere. That shit is not becoming of a young lady or of a young man. Act like y'all got some goddamn home training. Non-bath taking ass motherfuckers. Anyway, that and then, you know what I'm saying? I think that when it comes to like the woman getting her receipts read to her and everything, I mean sometimes women gotta get better at accountability, man. You know what I'm saying? They gotta get better at receiving accountability and constructive criticism. Everything is not to tear you down, it's to help you become better. If nobody else is helping you, is breaking you down, how can you grow? You know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta take this shit with a grain of salt. You feel me? I'm trying to help y'all out, bro. You know what I'm saying? Who they talking about like I'm young?
Block Melissa, man. I said it twice already. The word is out.
I am a faithful black man of America. I'm flattered, but I'm sorry.
Melissa, he is alpha beta, and I don't know how many times I gotta say this on this show. Alpha beta men do not cheat. Period. Like, you done? E?
What you doing, TJB?
As always, I want
But what if E would have said period after he did like this?
Period. With a T, period.
Well, as always, I want to thank everyone for coming on tonight.
You're not gonna buy your kids chicken nuggets.
Jay Ward, what you
Right, I ain't. Oh yeah.
Let me back in, man.
What you got to say? You had your final thought.
What up?
E, you have constantly talked about disagreements and disparities with you and your mother. What if those people were raised that way? That is the home training that they received.
You muted again. What? Nobody raising damn furniture. What?
What?
See,
I don't even know how to answer that question because it didn't make sense.
It's a 10 thing.
yeah,
All right, so
yeah.
like I was saying, I want to thank everyone for coming on the show again tonight. We may not do a Friday, but we may could do a separate day where we can invite a young lady on and have a conversation.
Whatever.
Another day, we might can.
Mother's Day.
We'll talk about it in the group chat.
Will said Mother's Day.
That's
I
growth.
said another day. I said not
Okay.
Friday, but another day.
That's growth.
That's growth. That's change.
You change it for women. There you go.
I'm changing for the better.
There you go. Change it for a woman. I'm with that, bro. There you go.
Change, man. I love it. Growth.
So that's all. I don't have anything to say on these topics. That's pretty much it.
Y'all
Jay
fight in
Ward.
public, but some of y'all be raised to throw the
Man,
somebody
you,
start a fight,
Jay
you finish
Ward,
it.
man.
But that's wrong.
I'm gonna take him out. I'm just gonna take him out. What? What? Yeah, so Kim, y'all gonna have to adjust y'all schedules and change. If I'm gonna change, the women gotta change too. And that's gonna be it. But we'll let y'all know. We'll let y'all know way in advance. Way in advance. And that's all we got for tonight, man. Y'all please have a good night. Have a great weekend. And we will see y'all next time.
Peace out. Oh, follow us on Instagram. Brother
And follow us on
Red
Instagram.
Share the Facebook page. Do all that good stuff, man. Get them views up on YouTube and all that.
That's a big thing. If the views get broader, at that point you got a different viewpoint from everybody else. That means more people are looking for women. More people may want women on there. Who knows? Why not?
Definitely ended now.